That's the
Let's
hard part.
get it going.
All right, guys, let's go ahead and get started with the Pledge of Allegiance. I
pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
All right, good morning. Great to see such a large turnout today. Welcome to the March 3rd, 2022 meeting of the Shawnee County Board of County Commissioners. I'm Aaron Mays, representing District 3. I'm the chair this year. On my left is Commissioner Bill Rippon, representing District 1. And on my right is Commissioner Kevin Cook, representing District 2. First item, please.
First item is item 3, consent agenda.
We have several items on the consent agenda. Is there a motion?
I move for approval.
Second. Motion's been made by Commissioner Cook, seconded by Commissioner Rippon. Those in favor say aye. Opposed? Motion passes 3-0. Next item, please.
Item 4, new business. A, County Clerk number 1, consider all voucher payments.
Okay, under sales tax, Bettis Asphalt Construction, Inc., $12,120 is for parking lot repair at Stormont Vale Event Center. Under federal grant paid with Shutter Venue Funds, School Outfitters LLC, totaling $19,850.52 is for purchase of theater chairs for Helen Hawker Theater. Under federal forfeiture, the Sheriff's Office, Adamson Police Products, $22,957 for the purchase of rifles, less the trade-in of rifles. Under solid waste recycling, Routeware Inc., totaling $14,890.35 is for our quarterly service for Routeware Systems. As of March 2nd, 2022, our total vouchers are $592,777.76. If there's no questions, I would move for approval.
I'll second. So a motion's been made by Commissioner Rippon, seconded by Commissioner Mays. Those in favor say aye. Opposed? Motion passes 3-0. Next item, please.
Item A2, consider correction orders.
I'll move for approval of correction orders.
Second.
Motion's been made by Commissioner Mays, seconded by Commissioner Cook. Those in favor say aye. Opposed? Motion passes 3-0. Next item, please.
Item B, Public Works number 1, consider approval of a TIPS proposal from Midwest Coating, Inc. for the installation of a roofing membrane system on the main Sherwood Treatment Plant building at a cost of $39,500, utilizing the user fee-funded Sherwood account and authorization and execution of contract C76-2022 for same.
Good morning, Commissioners. Courtney, House Director of Public Works. As the clerk said or implied, the treatment plant, the Sherwood Treatment Plant, is in need of a new roof membrane. So I'm before you here asking you to accept this TIPS proposal. As you know, TIPS is a government purchasing cooperative, and the use of government purchasing cooperatives, that's a hard one to get out, is indeed a part of our purchasing policy. So with that, I take your questions.
Questions for Kurt?
I have none.
None. I'll
All
move
right.
for approval.
Second.
Motion's been made by Commissioner Rippon and seconded by Commissioner Cook. Those in favor say aye. Opposed? Motion passes 3-0. Next item, please.
Item B2, consider approval of a project budget, Sherwood Wastewater Treatment System 6 pump station replacements at a total estimated cost of $4,510,000.
Courtney, House Director of Public Works. We've completed the teacup. Our collection system project has gone to bid, and you'll be hearing more about that very soon. So the third project that we want to undertake as part of our $7 million KDHE loan is to repair or rehabilitate 6 pump stations within the Sherwood Treatment System. We'd like to let all of these pump stations at one time under one project. The contractor can work on 2 at a time. With the pump stations at the south end of the lake, 53 and 54, done last, because the temporary gravity line feeding the pump stations will float during construction. float on the surface of the lake, and so it has to occur after the boating season is over. I'll take your questions. I don't know what else to say. It's a pretty good-sized project. We'll be digging holes in people's backyards. We've come to terms with all the landowners except one, and we believe the final landowner, we will come to agreement with them either later this week, that leaves tomorrow, or next week. And then we have to get KDHE approval on the plans, and then we can move forward to a letting. Questions?
Mr. Chairman.
Yes.
Kurt, I think it's important to note that the Shawnee County taxpayers are not the ones obligated on this debt, and that this is being paid by the Sherwood landowners.
Absolutely, Kevin. Thank you for reminding me.
I think it's also important to note that while it's inconvenient to have some holes dug in your backyard, there are folks at Lake Sherwood who have had these pump stations fail and have had raw sewage in their backyards at one point too. So if I'm not mistaken, these are the ones that we've had a couple of them over the last couple of years that have failed, haven't we?
Well, the last one that failed, it wasn't really a failure in the pump station. It was a failure in electricity being provided to the pump station. That was pump station 53, which is one of them that we are indeed replacing with this project. And these new pump stations will have all of the latest communication software. So if a problem should develop with the pump station, the people at the city of Topeka will know very soon and can respond accordingly.
So they're more reliable.
Well, the fact that they're new, they've got more safety equipment on there, safety notification equipment. Yeah, I guess you'd say they're more reliable. You bet.
Commissioner Rippon.
Kurt, how old are these pump stations? Are these original equipment?
Some of them are original to the treatment system, yeah.
Probably got all
20
the good
years
out of
plus, yeah.
It's,
They're beyond their life,
It's,
normal life.
yeah. Well, it's quite an expense, and there probably won't be a ribbon cutting. But,
Yeah, you know,
it's
things underground that are involved, waste, don't really get probably the recognition they deserve.
That's right.
Commissioner Rippon, if it makes you feel better, I'm sure we could put a brass plaque on it for you.
It's okay, I'm good, all right.
So, Kurt, I know this is all being paid from the KDHE revolving loan, which my understanding is a very low interest rate. Do you know what the interest rate is, or is that still yet to come?
Was it
Or
1.5% or something like that?
I don't know off the top of my head.
Yeah.
Okay.
I can get that information to you.
And then Betty, also, since you're now part of the conversation,
That's right. Betty Griner, Director of Administrative Services.
is this the type of thing that, I know there's a lot of new federal infrastructure funds that have become available that are designed strictly for water and wastewater. Is this something that, even though these projects have already been approved, that we might be able to go back and retroactively apply for some of those funds?
Well, when we initially looked at it, the answer was no. We can look at it again to see.
Okay.
You know, there's certain types of projects that are eligible and some that are not.
Okay, appreciate that, thank you. Any other questions?
Thank you.
I'll move for approval.
I'll second. Motion's been made by Commissioner Cook, seconded by Commissioner Mays. Those in favor say aye. Opposed? Motion passes 3-0.
Thank you.
Thank you, Kurt. Next item, please.
Item C, solid waste number 1, consider approval of request to award bid to truck component services for the purchase of 5 rear loader trash trucks in the amount of $535,560, including trade-in allowance, utilizing the solid waste fund.
Good morning, Commissioners. Bill Sutton, Shawnee County Solid Waste. Earlier, actually last year, I went out for quote for my rear load trucks, part of my 2020 capital purchase. And 2 vendors submitted a total of 4 bids. We got the bids back, we looked them over, And we believe that the lowest bid was the best bid and the most responsive. So we'd like to go with Truck Component Services for our purchase, and the total amount is $535, $560 with our trade-ins. We got a very favorable trade-in with this vendor, and we are seeking your approval. And no tax dollars used. This is a user fee funded enterprise fund for solid waste. Subject to your questions.
Good.
Bill, are we having any better luck getting new equipment in, or is it still pretty slow?
That is very slow. The lead time on this one, this vendor here, is approximately 400 days for this set of trucks here.
Okay. That's all I have.
Well, looking at the tabulations sheet, I would say that the Loadmaster trucks don't sound nearly as exciting as the King Cobra trucks.
Yes,
So-
but if you look at that bottom line, it's not the King Cobra.
No, the
is-
King Cobra's a little more expensive. I
Yes,
get it,
it
I
is.
get it. Maybe next time. So I'll move for approval.
Second.
Motion's been made by Commissioner Mays, seconded by Commissioner Rippon. Those in favor say aye. Opposed? Motion passes 3-0.
Cool.
Next item, please.
Item C2, consider approval of request to issue a request for quotations for solid waste commercial and industrial containers with funding from the collections operational budget.
Good morning, Commissioners. Bill Sutton, Shawnee County Solid Waste. Our industrial containers and our commercial containers, which is our dumpster and roll-offs, they get pretty beat up throughout the course of the year. Obviously, we repair them the best we can, but at some point, we have to just go ahead and salvage those and then purchase new containers when the return on investment just isn't there for repairs. So every year, we go out for prices that we use throughout the rest of the year. So we'd like to go out for quotations for our containers. Once we get the quotations back, obviously, we'll come back in front of the commission seeking approval to use that vendor. So subject to your questions, gentlemen.
Any questions?
I was wondering, is there any co-ops that we can look at as far as the bid price on these things? I know like Kurt uses some, well, I don't recall the one you used, but I didn't know if they had those for.
I will look into that. I know
Okay.
we just did a new cooperative or something like that this past week, so I'll definitely look into that. Oh, Betty's back up here.
Seems like we're part of a
Betty
few of
Griner,
them.
Director of Administrative Services. One of the things sometimes we also do is we go ahead and bid it out, and then we can compare those bid prices to the cooperative price.
Oh, that sounds good.
Great.
Thank you.
Appreciate that. If there's no further questions, I will move for approval.
Second.
Motion's been made by Commissioner Mays, seconded by Commissioner Cook. Those in favor say aye. Opposed? Motion passes 3-0. Next item, please.
Item C3, consider approval of request to award truck bid to Truck Component Services for the purchase of one roll-off truck with hoist and auto topper in the amount of $99,078, including trade-in allowance, utilizing the solid waste fund.
Good morning, Commissioner Bill Sutton, Shawnee County Solid Waste. Again, last year went out for quotations for a singular roll-off truck with trade-in. 3 vendors submitted a total of 5 bids for this, and the tabulation of bids is provided for you. In this instance here, we would like to not utilize the low bid, but the second low bid, with the difference being approximately $19,000, and that is due to the lead time for this particular truck. Low bid was 390 days, and the vendor that we'd like to go with is 240 days. So the total price would be $99,078 from the solid waste budget, which is no tax dollars used. Subject to your questions, gentlemen.
Any questions?
I'll move for approval.
Second.
Okay, motion's been made by Commissioner Cook, seconded by Commissioner Rippon. Those in favor say aye. Opposed? Motion passes 3-0.
Thank you, gentlemen.
Thank you. Next item, please.
Item D, Planning Department number 1, consider approval of request to create and fill an Office Assistant 2 position at a cost of $41,805, including benefits, with funding allocated in the 2022 departmental budget.
Good morning, Commissioners. Randy Anderson, Planning Department Director. We are requesting that the Commission authorize the Planning Department to fill the position that was created recently in your budget. We have cleared this with HR Department and with Audit Finance, and we are ready to commence that process of hiring somebody upon your approval. I'll be happy to answer the questions.
Any questions for Randy?
I'll move for approval.
I'll second. Motion's been made by Commissioner Cook, seconded by Commissioner Mays. Those in favor say aye. Opposed? Motion passes 3-0.
Thank you.
Thank you, Randy. Next item, please.
Item 5, public comment.
Is there anyone from the public wishing to speak today? Seeing none, next item, please.
Item 6, administrative communications.
Okay. Any department heads wishing to speak today? Not all at once.
Good morning, Commissioners. Tim Laurent, Parks and Recreation Department. Just want to remind everybody that the Lake Shawnee opened back up today. Showed up this morning, had a full parking lot. Could see no fewer than 10 anglers outside of my office window, so people are out there bright and early this morning. And then also, barring any major disaster today, the Bark Park at Gage Park will reopen tomorrow. So they'll have both parks going, and the park, I just want to be clear, will not be completed. We still have some work to do, and that won't be done until probably early April, but we'll be back open and people can start using it again. So that's it.
That's great.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Tim.
Good morning, Commissioners. Teresa Fisher, Director with the Health Department. I am pleased today to announce that we are accepting appointments for our new family planning program. Our new family planning program is opening its doors on Monday, March 7th. This will be housed at our 10th Street location at 2115 Southwest 10th Avenue. For those interested in an appointment, they can call 251-5700 to schedule an appointment. This family planning program is something we have been working on for quite some time. So we started the process a few years ago, got started, and then unfortunately had to take a break due to the pandemic. But our staff has worked diligently to open this back up. We will be hosting an official ribbon cutting ceremony in connection with National Public Health Week, the first week of April 4th. So with that, we look forward to serving the needs of our community. We hope that all of you will join us at our ribbon cutting ceremony, as well as lots of members from the community. Thank you.
Thanks, Teresa. It's exciting.
Good morning, Commissioners. Bill Sutton, Shawnee County Solid Waste. Have two announcements. First, this Saturday, March 5th, is our first Saturday of the month, so it's our Saturday collection event at the Household Hazardous Waste. So they'll be open from 9 until 12. The address is 131 Northeast 46th Street. The weather's not looking too bad. Come on out and drop off your household hazardous waste. And for more information, they can call 286-4381. Second announcement was earlier in February, I got a phone call from Ms. Beck. And if you've ever got a phone call from Ms. Beck, you just want to clear your calendar for about 30 minutes. And I got admonished for my sponsorship with KTWU and not broadcasting that. So when I came here and make an announcement, and we really got the word on the street, both social media, both on mine and the counties. And as a result, that program was an overwhelming success this year. So they collected over 3 times what they have normally collected in clothing. So just want to thank everybody that contributed the clothing to a great program. And thank you, Ms. Beck, for admonishing me for a good cause. Thank you.
Thanks, Bill.
Good morning, Commissioners. Stephanie Kuhlman, Shawnee County Commission Office. The March County Connection has been published to our website. It is very easy to find. You'll go to the county homepage located at www.snco.us. At the top of the page, there's departments with a drop-down menu. You'll select Commission. That takes you to the Commission homepage. And on the left-hand side, there's a link called Newsletter. The Kansas Association of Counties hosted a new 2022 legislative event called County Day at the Capitol. It focused on raising awareness of the importance of local county government. It took place on Wednesday, February 16th at the state capitol in downtown Topeka. The public watched as 7,000 pounds of rainbow trout were stocked into Lake Shawnee on February 25th. Trout have been released into the lake each October and February since 1979 to offer anglers a unique fishing experience. Lake Shawnee was closed to fishing until 6 a.m. today to give fish the chance to acclimate. So it is officially open to fishing, and a $14.50 trout permit is required through April 15th, 2022. So the T-Rex experience continues to thrill patrons at the Great Overland Station. The exhibit, featuring a 13-foot tall, 40-foot long replica created from the largest Tyrannosaurus Rex ever discovered, features a multimedia experience that will take visitors back to the days when dinosaurs roamed the earth. The last day to catch the dinosaurs at the Great Overland Station is May 1st. The Shawnee County Milestones is celebrating our employees' work anniversaries for the month of February. Officer Triplett from the Department of Corrections has 20 years. Captain Askew and Corporal Garner with the Shawnee County Sheriff's Office has 25 years. And Karen Collins with the Register of Deeds has 45 years. Karen worked in the clerk of the court for 1 year when it was still a county office, but otherwise she has worked in the Register of Deeds ever since.
Stephanie? Would
Yep.
you be willing to let Becky say something about that as well?
Yes, we have this planned.
Oh, okay. I thought she was like, oh, she's stealing my thunder.
No, she knows.
Okay.
So, before Director Neosi comes up, I just want to congratulate Karen and all the other county employees for their service to Shawnee County. And now I will let Director Neosi come up and say a few words about Karen Collins.
You guys got to let me know these things.
Thank you for recognizing Karen. Not only is she a dedicated employee for 45 years, but she's one of our best employees. We can always count on her, and so I just can't say enough good things about her. So thank you for recognizing her. And I think I talked her into staying maybe 40 more, so I'm not sure. We'll see. But anyways, I just want to thank Karen for her service.
Yeah, that's great. Thank you.
All right. Okay, some March upcoming events. On March 8th is a lunch and learn called The Power of Fiber. The presentation and lunch is sponsored by Blue Cross and Blue Shield. You can RSVP to Cinco training at snco.us for a free lunch when you attend. And otherwise, it's just normal commission meetings. Don't forget, employees and department heads can always submit newsletter ideas, employee of the month, etc. to us. So check out more stories and videos in the March County Connection. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Stephanie.
Good morning again, Commissioners. Randy Anderson, Plan Director. I want to give you a very brief update on the progress of the zoning regulation update. We have completed the public review process where we gave the public directly, told them what we're proposing to do in the draft zoning regulations, sent them a copy directly to their email, and we contacted over 160 different people, contractors, developers, engineers, architects, different people in the development industry, township leaders, other leaders in the county from an economic leadership or political leadership. We did have very good contact, very good comments from the people, and most of the people we've talked to have been very positive about what's being suggested in the draft we have right now. We did have a lot of good comments from people in the tiny home and other incidental residential kind of neighborhoods, not the non-traditional neighborhood type of people, like modular homes, manufactured homes, those kind of things. So we have taken those comments, and we will go back to the Planning Commission in March to review those proposed changes to update the draft. And if they are adopted in April, we will begin to start the adoption process. I've talked with Joni about this, and I assume she's talked with Jim. We'll follow the usual process that you followed when you adopted your comprehensive plan. So there'll be public hearings at the Planning Commission, possibly a workshop if you want us to have a meeting with you just to cover the general content of the ordinance before you go to a public hearing. Whatever you prefer, we'll be happy to provide that for you, whatever background. So once the Planning Commission adopts the new revised public hearing draft, I will provide that to all of you by email, just so you know what is the latest, greatest is, so you can follow the progress, and then we'll go forward, hopefully later in the spring, and have it for you, possibly for adoption early summer. This is what we're hoping for. But we have had good public response. I just wanted you to know that, and that process was very productive for us.
Okay, great.
Great. Thank you.
Thank you, Randy. Anyone else? All right, Commissioner Rippon,
I really don't have anything to report.
Commissioner Cook.
After Steve Bauman made his announcement of the evaluation mailings going out, I know that I've received several phone calls of individuals concerned or have questions. And so I've asked Stephanie to place on the county website the phone number for the appraiser's office. And I've also talked with Mr. Bauman, and it's on his website as well, as to how individuals who have questions about their valuations might go about contacting him to get notice. And I might just remind the public that the county commission does not set the valuation, and that Steve Bauman acts as an independent body, and he is the one who sets the valuations for the properties. So, thank you.
I have one thing. We got an email the other day about, from Keep America Beautiful, about the Get Down and Dirty event. It'll be April 23rd from 10 a.m. to noon. This is an event where community groups and individuals can volunteer to pick up trash around the city and beautify everything. Well, I guess the county. I think it's primarily in the city of Topeka, but if you're interested in forming a team for that, please contact Keep America Beautiful. It's a great event that does a lot of good for our community. That's all I have, though. Next item, please.
Item 7, executive session.
We do not have a need for executive session today, so we are adjourned.
Do I have anything